Hi guys, this is Greyhawk. I've been promising Richard from Boston I would produce some survival videos. And let's see, we're gonna turn this around. We're gonna take a trek through the woods and we're gonna set up some survival tactics for you. Just hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I've went and gathered up a little bit of brush, but I want to show you something here. If you'll look down, I'm going to untie this. This is my smog. When I go into the woods, I always have one. In this case, I just rolled my gloves up in it. Get my camera to where it can be seen. I'm sorry about the production part of this, but all of this was carried in this, even though, and say hey to Chi-Chi, I have my backpack. This is more convenient, and it looks like it might become her bed. Hope we can get this visually on here. I based it off of a tree right there, and all I've done is taken already existing game trail and I took and funneled it down. There we go. Clear it up a little bit. Okay, now all I've done is taken an already existing game trail and funneled it down, and then taken a piece of wire. I made a loop in the wire, ran it back through itself, and then I've tied it off to this tree. Now the animal will come through here depending on what you're hunting. How high it's going to be determined how high the snare needs to be set, or how big the hole is, and we can adjust it to whatever we need. So if you're on a rabbit trail or a coon, you just imagine the height of the animal's head and just set it up. Now this only took a couple minutes at the most to set this up. The snare itself, all I did was took a stick, wrapped the wire around the stick at the end, and then tied it off to make my loop. Run the wire back through it and then over to the tree. This is a very quick set. You can set up 10 of these, and then your camp can be your number one priority after this. Now, always remember, this is only to be used in a grid down situation. Don't go out and set these traps and leave them. And just so everyone will know, we're fixing to undo this one and take it down. Now, most people like a more professional snare, which is, they work perfectly, made with braided wire. Made with braided wire with locks on them. You can either make them or you can purchase them. This is one that I made. It's not hard at all. A piece of sheet metal for the lock, and you can do the clamps. I'm sorry about this, but I've got to get this undone. Okay, this is one that I've made. The end I did with just a nut on both ends, taking a piece of sheet metal and drilling a hole in it. You fasten the nut on this end, run your wire through it, and then back through the other side. And as this cinches down, it locks in place. And the harder the animal pulls, the tighter it gets, the quicker the suffocation will be. And in order to get it off, you have to pull that back. That's a one-time use only snare. Where this snare, you can find more common wire, easier to get. Just take a stick, wrap your end around it, make the loop, twist it, and then you have the same exact thing. The only difference is I can reuse this snare, and it's readily available wire that you can find most anywhere around. If you want, you can pick up a roll for $3 to $5 of it, most anywhere, and possibly even cheaper than that. I always carry cordage. This bag right here goes with me everywhere I go. And we can break down a bag at any time. There's so many videos out there on that. This is what I wanted to show. How to come off of a game trail, funnel it down, and do a simple snare that will collect your food while you're off doing something else. And I hope this video helps you. I hope we've done you justice on this. And I'm gonna have to go and collect my dog, as she's out hunting for whatever's on that trail. If she catches up with it, I'll be chasing her for a while. So y'all have a blessed day, and